It's Week 10 of the 2022 season. And up next is Devondre Campbell. He got a chance to rest and heal up last week on the bye. It's the Packers and the Cowboys, and it's all up next.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays. Anything to try and get a little bit of momentum.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fields in right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Dak Prescott and Dallas taking the field for their first possession. Dak now in his 7th season in charge of the Cowboys. Two-time Pro Bowler.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Play one, and Prescott to the air. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then he curls back inside for the completion.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra, next man up, since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now first down pickup of 8.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
They're going to the air on the opening drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass. You don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield, but he's playing run all the way here.
On third down, it's Prescott. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. How about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz. and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
And here comes the winner of the last 2 NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Rodgers now on first down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers.
A check down here to Jones.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. To throw is Rodgers. He's got a man complete. Sammy Watkins, he's going to go.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. Now Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. Touchdown!
Aaron Jones
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Prescott looks to throw on first.
Left side to Lamb.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. It'll be a handoff to Pollard to about the 35, 2nd down.
A lot of storylines in this matchup. The Packers have had the upper hand. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings. You think about the Dez Bryant game in the playoffs and the catch, no catch controversy. But, of course, the news here, the return of Mike McCarthy. He was the coach here from 2006 to 2018. Only Curly Lambeau himself has more wins as a Packer coach than McCarthy. And that includes Vince Lombardi. So he had quite an accomplished tenure, no doubt, including the Super Bowl win.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Escaping the pressure right, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On is the punter, Brian Ager, to kick this one away. This is fielded at the 27. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now Sammy Watkins and the rest of the offense getting set to go again. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them, no matter how many people are put in his direction. It just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard.
And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
The Packers at 3-6 now on the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Micah Parsons.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
And now here come the Cowboys. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the...
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Free kick out of bounds.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. Final play of the half, Prescott. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Marr on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. But Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable, so curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Rodgers now to throw. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. They'll go again to Jones. Ooh, the juke. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On play action, it's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watkins. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 30 yards there.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now it's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you win 2.
Without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Packers have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful. And it pushes the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to
touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. An inside give to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll complete this one to Watson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. From the 44, Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. This is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Sammy Watkins, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's Sammy Watkins who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And from the 25, they work this to the 29. A gain of 4. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Packers now to take over. They've dropped 5 straight coming in, so right now cherishing this lead, and they've got the football as well, 1st and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz.
And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. Throwing. Prescott. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So a big one coming now for Brett Maher on the left hash. Officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Maher is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Rodgers. Finding Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
To throw is Rodgers.
Quick slant to Watson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they give the Jones off tackle. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 58 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Again, it's Jones.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Rodgers to throw. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Crosby with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Now Prescott. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jair Alexander and into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Parker touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense,
They wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Packers, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.